Going to vote for me?
Oh,
Give thanks for life and mighty that give Honorable Prince Sahu there. First, we got to begin live.
so
Are you ready? Copy the people. Tell them what is better. You got to come when you're ready. All right.
Bringing you the care, therapy, and natural medicines in order to help you on your journey to wellness and self-healing. Tonight is our greatest honor and privilege to give thanks to once again have the honor to receive the life organization also traditional healer from its founding to teach us and guide us on the path to holistically healing ourselves through thoughts, actions, and medicinal plants. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Honorable Prestige.
Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. I'm definitely like to give thanks for everyone who have taken out the time and invested the energy and the time into coming to a session whereby they come to uplift themselves. Tonight, I being no stranger to St. Martin, I don't really feel that I have to give a long introduction of myself. Um, Most people know the works that we have done in St. Martin over the past, let's say, over 11 years. It's over a decade since we have been coming into St. Martin, specifically educating people on the utilization of herbs. You know, before I came here, they used to have lots of moringa trees on the roadside. No one knew what moringa was, and no one knew what neem was. I remember when I just began coming here, you wouldn't find any coconut oil in the supermarkets. You wouldn't find no spelt flour, no quinoa, none of these things. So we have seen that over the years, even in St. Martin, that the supermarket shelves have changed. Also, yes, so you have a lot of different varieties of organic and wholesome food on your shelves. Not because the supermarket wanted to, but because people were requesting for these type of things. So you as an individual, you do have the power to actually change what is on your supermarket shelf. Sometimes people say, oh boy, priest, I'm in St. Martin, we cannot get that, but you have a lot of power. And sometimes you underestimate the own power to create the reality that you need to actually survive. So tonight, even on my way here, I picked up these herbs. Give thanks. And that's the seeds of it. You know what this is? What's it? Cassia alata. Right? So they call this king of the forest. Right? Or Christmas candle. Because it grows a tall yellow flower. King of the forest. Well, you call it the jungle also, whatever you want. But the scientific name is Cassia alata. Alright, now what we're going to do tonight is basically prepare a green juice out of the cassia. First and foremost, we'll do a green juice out of the Cassia alata because this is a herb that grows abundantly here. Right? And plenty people might have liver spots. You know what liver spots is? What they call lota or luta. Ringworm, fungal infections. Right? People with liver issues. People are always tired and people with constipation. That herb is a herb that we utilize extensively when it comes to the whole aspect of ensuring that you have good and proper bowel movements and also you have wholesome looking skin. Growing up in St. Lucia, this was a herb that we used 4 times every year. Our parents used to give us this herb for 9 days or 7 days. And after 9 days or 7 days, we would take a washout or cleansing. So they would call that cooling. The reason why they call it a herb for cooling is because it is very good as an anti-inflammatory. Alright? So I could guarantee you that if you're constipated and if you're severely constipated like 2-3 days you're not going, and you take let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, you will take 5 of that, 5 of the branches or 7 of the branches and blend it to 1 cup of water. Strain it and drink it. You have easier balance. Right? And it's not just a herb that's going to give you cramping and criping of the stomach. You will have free bowel movements. Now, if it is that you want to slowly detoxify yourself over a period of 7 days, what you would do, you would take like 13 of these leaves, right, to about 1 liter of hot water, and it's not something you're going to boil. What you're going to do, you're going to take 13 of the leaves, you boil the water, and then you add the leaves to the water, and you leave it overnight. If you're someone with diabetes, high blood pressure, prostate problem, I might tell you use 21 leaves or even more, based upon the condition that you have. Right? But normally you could start off with 13 leaves, allow it to cool overnight. And because it's a herb that is utilized for cooling, you only drink it in the morning hours. It's not something that you're going to drink in the afternoon, in the evening time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock when the sun is hot. It's a herb that you must drink from your early hours when the sun is rising, and before 12 o'clock, you stop. So if you have a liter of the liquid of that herb to actually drink, it's best to drink it in the morning because it's a cooling herb. Tonight, we are going to utilize the herb as a green juice. It's also a herb that's very rich in iron. So the green juice would have a nice dark greenish color. You know what green juice is? Sometimes people say, well, priest, they do green juice every day, and they say, well, I blend broccoli and I blend kale. That's not green juice. That's not green juice. The great majority of these vegetables in your supermarket is like most of these things that you have to pray over them before you use it. Right? I will not go into London and buy salad greens on the shelf. I will never do that. One time that was 2008. That was the last time I made like a fresh salad in England. I used the lettuce and I got an infection, a bacterial infection right away. Diarrhea and clumping and all type of things. Why? Because we don't understand when they say, well, in these countries, the water that they utilize even for agricultural purposes is recycled water. I don't know if you do the same thing in St. Martin. But the same water you flushed on the toilet is the same water that comes back into the system. Are you aware of that? You know that? Right? So many of the green vegetables and the leafy vegetables, they have lots of E. coli, and E. coli is a bacteria that you only get in feces. Right? So when they say, well, there was an E. coli poisoning and they have food poisoning and you have to recall that vegetable or this or that, that means that there was feces on the vegetables. So we always recommend that before you use your vegetables, right, you wash it with some lime or some lemon, because of the acid nature it will have to destroy some of it and run water over it. Don't trust it. So I never tell someone to do a green juice by blending broccoli and blend kale and blend these things and just none. Your green juice is being able to identify the herbs in your surrounding, right? Get the pulvine, the dandelion, the neem, the cassia, blend and strain and drink. So we don't really have to go to the supermarket to get anything to do with green juice. You have plenty of herbs here in St. Martin, a lot of herbs. Plenty. So it's not like you say, well, by Priest Kailash, well, you in St. Lucia get everything, but St. Martin has many herbs as St. Lucia. It's just that we have not taken the time out to actually find out where they are. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to just show you simply how to prepare the green juice. It's always better to add water first to your blender, right? So I'm going to put it halfway. And we're going to wash out the leaves. Now in the night, the leaves of the cassia lata is closed like this. During the day, it's open up wide. That's why they say, well, if you're going to harvest a plant in the night to use it, you have to wake it up. Right? After the elders, it's resting, you know. Alright, so that means that the chemical component inside of it is different than in the day. Alright? So we're going to rinse this off, and then we're going to just blend it concentrated. And you must not worry about where the herb grows. You say, well, oh, Chris, where the herb grows by the roadside. Oh, but the gold grow. See that herb, caffeolata? It will always grow in areas you have a lot of like toxic substances. Anywhere you have a drain system and it's growing along the side there, so anywhere you have a little bridge and you have a waterway passing through, it grows along its edges. You know why? Because naturally it's a herb used for detoxifying. So where the herb grows would also give you a very good idea of what the herb is utilized for. You understand that? So you mustn't be afraid of using the herb that grows. Because we're just coming out of the UK, out of London, and we got some herbs, and people come and, well, Chris boy, you're in London and the herbs are growing all by the train tracks and all. But I say, well, you don't know where the herbs you buy in the herb shop comes from. When you go to any herb shop to buy the herbs, you have no idea where the herb comes from. So when you harvest your own herb, no matter where it's growing, it's better for you because you know exactly what you're getting. But I buy herbs in herb shops already. Vervine is not vervine. Periwinkle is not periwinkle. I know because I know the herbs. But what about you, who have not taken out the time to learn the herbs? Are you able to ensure that the herbs that you are using are the herbs that you think you're using? So as these days, everyone is going alkaline. And everyone wants to buy Buddha. And we are giving a lecture to a whole crowd of alkaline people. And we put all the herbs on the table. And we ask them, do you know what is a Buddha? No one knows what Buddha is. But everyone is buying Buddha. And no one knows that Buddha grows in London. Wild. So many times we make our lifestyle more a fad, a follow fashion, something in. Then you take a time out, research what you're doing, and do it with the level of understanding that you must get results. Right? So we're going to, that'll be noisy, so I won't be speaking while I'm doing it. So just observe. Bit too much water. So, when we strain this, and you see that shocking color? I don't, it's a shocking color green. So this will help to allow the bile to actually flow better. So if you have gallbladder stones, you know what they call gallbladder stones, right? You don't have to do any surgery to take out gallbladder stones. Right? So what you'd have to do, you would do a green juice with your cassia lata for 9 days. So for 9 consecutive days, you'll be drinking your cassia lata within the morning hours, from your sunrise to before midday. And in the evening time, you're going to use your sour orange or your seeded rough cut lemon. 3 of them, right? With 3 cups of extra virgin olive oil. You're going to mix it together. It's going to get nice white and foamy. Drink it while sitting on your bed, and you rest on the right side. Right? To guarantee you, you're going to see the gallbladder stones coming out in your feces. Right? You could use that, or you can utilize what they call your guanaba fig, or seed on the leaf. I think they call it white tamarind. Huh? A guanaba fig. Alright? So you don't really have to drink the fiber. All you're going to drink is the green, the juice. And because of the shocking color, the shocking color green, you understand that this milk contains a lot of sulfur. Alright? So that's also one of the reasons why cassia lata is actually utilized for your liver spots and your ringworms and these skin conditions. Alright? So that is, if you drink a cup of that in the morning, 3 hours afterwards, you'll have some real nice bowel movement. Trust me. Yeah, a whole cup. But I'm going to give you to sample some of it, not a lot. Don't be afraid. You won't embarrass yourself. If you feel like it, that washrooms there. Yeah, if you know sometimes, I'm very serious, you know. You know sometimes people are actually too busy to ease their bowels. You know that, right? You don't have time. You wake up in the morning and you have to rush to work. You do it when you get to work. When you get to work, you get back home, you're tired. That's how it happens on a whole day. A whole day gone and you never remember. And the next day comes, and next day comes, and next day comes, and next day comes. Right? So you have a lot of people who don't understand the importance of eating balance. So I always tell people, don't worry about it. Just make time out to free up yourself. That means that you are investing time and energy in yourself. So remember, when you're preparing your medicine, your meditation, right? Your meditation always supposed to be positive and love and you know, and with intent towards healing. You mustn't be upset and blending green juices for yourself. You mustn't be up. No. You have to be free and happy and in a good mood. The herb is as good as your mood. Right? Alright, so I'll post some of it When you get up in the morning, it's not going to do anything now. Tomorrow morning, you'll just eat your bowels better. That's for you. The big one. That's what it is. All right, so if you look at this, it's nice and shocking color green. Right? Why is it that green? Because it's very good for the liver. It's like bile. Alright? And if I blend vervine, the color of the green juice will be completely different. It will be a dark green. Why? Because the constituents are different. That also contains a lot of sulfur. No, sulfur is yellow, right? So this is rich in sulfur. That's why it's good for the skin. You could use it to scrub the skin. It helps to take out all of your liver spot and your ringworms. Right? And it's also very good to free your spirit, your aura. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12 of them. Come and no one wants? Make sure you say a blessing before you drink it.
No, Zaid. No, you need to like it. That's what I'm saying.
Huh? You have no more? All right, so this what green juices does, what they do, it refreshes your inside. You see when you drink that, you get refreshed. Right? So it actually just adds oxygen into your blood. Don't do that with your face when you're drinking it. You must demonstrate gratitude. She wants for the two of you to go through the same thing. Right? So I'm very serious. When you are using your herbs, you must demonstrate gratitude. You must drink it if you understand it. Love. Right? Now, that alkalizes your physical structure. It makes your blood more alkaline. Alright? Why? Because it increases the amount of oxygen that is in your blood. Immediately. So if, let's say, you are weak and you feel drowsy, right? You could make a green juice out of red raspberry. You see the moringa, I don't advise people to make a moringa green juice. The moringa is very strong. You have to use a little bit of moringa, or else it mash up your stomach. Right? So, any green juice you do, you follow the same principle. So I would recommend that 7 days out of every month, right? 7 days out of every month, every morning you drink some green juice out of your castellata. Or you could do it in the night too. If it's green juice, do it in the night. If it's the water to drink with the fruited leaves, drink through the morning. Because the green juice, for sure, you have some good movement about 3, 4, 5 hours after. Not a little bit like you had tonight, a cup. But still, you feel, see your belly do something and you don't try to pass gas. Alright? Okay. So now we can get the fire. Now, secondly, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a cocoa tea. Now this grows by seeds. So if you want to plant the plant, you can just plant the seeds. You want to plant it? Yeah. So there are black seeds in that. You could just use it to just plant. Alright? And if you pass it around, people could see. The king of the forest, it's the same thing. Right, so now, I think I need two cocos, right? So what we're going to do now, we are going to be doing what we call a complete breakfast. Now, breakfast is breaking the fast. Where you have BREAKFAST. Right? Break fast. Alright? So why? Because through the night, your physical structure have been fasting. So for your breakfast, you are breaking the fast. That's why it's good to drink, a nice cup of warm water and some lemon first thing in the morning. Right? Because you are breaking the fast. Your physical structure was fasting, and then you are now going to add something to your stomach. So all of our clients, people who come to One Kilas Rejuvenation Center, in the morning, right? My son at Prince Sahu, he's the one that does all the green juices. So all these herbs, all these herbs. Every morning he does green juices for the clients. Right? So that now is something we use every single morning for any of our clients. That is called a cocoa, the cocoa stick. 100% cocoa. Right? Why? Because many people who are not well, what they do is that their physical structure is depleted, they're tired, they have no iron. So you need to build back up people. So after you take that washout, you have to get built back up. So the cocoa is a tea we give our clients every single morning. That boosts up their chi, their heat energy. Right? And puts a lot of iron directly into the blood. Gets your blood thick and strong. Alright? So they buy cocoa sticks. Okay? And also it's a very, very, very vital for diabetics. The cocoa naturally has a bitterness in it. I'm not talking about Milky Way and this type of thing. When you use cocoa, cocoa is naturally bitter. Right? So the bitterness in the cocoa is very good for diabetics. Alright? And contains a lot of antioxidants, extremely good for heart health because it's full of oils, lots of omega fatty acids, and a lot of good cholesterol, HDL. So this helps to bring down your bad cholesterol. Alright? So how we utilize the cocoa is normally before, I grew up with my grandmother grating the cocoa, grating the cocoa stick on a grater. But our people are more now accustomed with more what you would call Milo and Ovaltine, right? And when they drink it, it's nice and smooth, right? Now, since you want to be able to enjoy your cocoa tea, you have to create it in a manner whereby it's palatable, it's nice, it's smooth. So when you drink it, you'll feel little bits on your lips. So how we prepare the cocoa is that we blend it. So what we're going to do, we have our water boiling. So the water is boiling. We are going to utilize a herb that's very good for the digestive system. And it's an aromatic herb. Love. So they call it the star anise. Star anise. So it's an aromatic. Pass it around. You Oh, you have that. Oh, you have that. I just understand you use that. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. This morning. Yeah. Now, that herb actually helps to calm your digestive system. Just calms you down and make everything nice. So I'm going to put 7 of them in that. All right? Love. And we're going to use bay leaf. But I'm going to blend the bay leaf in with the cocoa. All right? Because you want to be able to full enjoy what you don't want to know what about beats and things. So you're going to blend everything together and make it nice and smooth. And we are going to utilize dates to sweeten. So we want to use agave or we want to use any processed sweetener. Because the majority of the sweeteners nowadays, even the so-called healthy sweeteners are not healthy anymore. Right? So, you can keep it. So what we do, we are going to use dates. And for our milk, because people always want milk. Not because they need the milk, but just because you grew up putting something white in your teeth. Right? Alright, so I'm going to use the same procedure. Water. Look at what you think we can on the side. Alright, and our cocoa. Now if you just rub the cocoa, it's going to get oily. That's how easy the oil actually comes out of it. That's rich in oil. Good for joint pain. So when you use your cocoa, your joint strong. Your heart strong. And it's also an aphrodisiac. That's why cocoa, cocoa. What cocoa is? Yeah, the cocoa tea. So it's good for the cocoa for the man. Right? So when you drink that every day as a man, you go see what does it look like? Alright. So that's why I say cocoa tea. I'm very serious, You don't know that? Okay, like coconut. If a woman has yeast infection, the best oil is coconut oil. You never know that? The names of the herbs and the names of the food often corresponds to their function. Right? Okay. That's why they have some herbs called strong back. Huh? Strong back. Man better man. Huh? Wabadi. Huh? So, don't the name correspond to the uses? Yes. So, to know what a herb is used for, there are several things, the name of it, how the herb looks, all these things you have to understand. And cocoa makes you feel good too, They say it has THC. Right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it strong. Alright, so I'm going to put it on. Now, because I am creating this not just for style, you know, not just because you want to drink cocoa tea, you know. You are creating this to produce a complete feast. You are having something in the morning, and you want this thing to give you power and strength, and to take you towards 12 o'clock. So what we add to it, we add a bit of Irish moss, what they call sea moss. Alright? So I'm going to add some sea moss gel. So that sea moss was already soaked. I'm going to show you how the sea moss looks soaked, but you have the gel already. So I'm going to add the gel. That's how the sea moss looks when you soak it in hot water. Like gel. Alright? So every morning you just take like that in your water and thing and blend and strain and drink. So I'm going to use 3 of them because I'm creating food. I'm not just eating first thing in the morning because I'm hungry. And you are investing time and energy in yourself. Because remember, you know, you did not get sick overnight. The reason that you are not well is because you spent years and years and years and years and years and years living bad. You've been living bad. Eating bad, no time to eat, no time to poop, no time to exercise, no time to be happy. Right? You're just working. Alright? So it's very important that you take a time out to prepare things for yourself. And be happy doing it. You're not supposed to be too busy. So I'm supposed to convince you now to take a time out to do a cocoa tea so that your heart will function good. I'm using. Like our bay leaf. Bay leaf adds heat. Bay leaf helps in circulation. If you have a blood spot eye, you will literally do a poultice of the bay leaf and place over your eye. It takes out the blood, the dead blood. Alright? So bay leaf thins the blood. Never know that? No? Okay, now you know. So you're going to use bay leaf almost every day, right? Yeah? Alright, so I've blended this. It's bitter, so you know it's good. I'm going to pour it in the boiling water. And now, I'm not going to wash the blender, you know. I'm going to prepare the coconut milk. Because we're going to add some coconut milk. But what we're going to do, we're going to blend the milk with dates to create like our sweetener. Okay? Because you don't want to boil the coconut too long. Alright. So, when this starts to boil, right? And you add your coconut milk, only suppose it for a short time. Not boil it, no. The coconut is a nut. Just like pecan nut. Just like walnut. Just like almond nut. Coconut is a nut. Right? So the same way you eat almond nut, right? Pecan nut, walnut, You could break a coconut and eat it the same way. Alright? So that's not only for you to do oil or for you to do milk, and you could eat coconut. Right? So coconut is a semi-digested protein, very rich in what we call medium chain fatty acids. Rich in iodine, good for the thyroid. Right? So alright. So to break the nut now, to make it easy, you don't just crack it one time. No. If it's not shaking, it's not good. So that's not good. So I won't bother break that. That'll smell bad. It's not shaking, it's not good. Without shaking. Alright, so the shaking one could be not good also. But as long as you never pick up a coconut from your market and it's not shaking with water. There's no water, it's not good. Don't buy that. Alright? So that now, what you do to break it, you knock it all around. I'm going to knock it, not just one blow. So the meat of it, so the meat of it don't stick to the shell. So I'm just knocking it. It's boiling. Wow. It's overflowing with love. Alright, so I'm knocking it all around. So what's going to happen is that the shell is going to come out. You see? So then you don't have to use a knife and boil yourself. Alright? So you're just knocking it around nice and soft. Alright? That one there is not even 100% good. So you see how it comes out? Alright, let me see that. Alright, we can use half of this. Alright, so I'm just gonna chop it fine. You see, that coconut wasn't like a dry coconut. Okay, they took that coconut when it was too young. But we're going to add love to it and make it a more wholesome coconut. Love. Love, love. 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 And you have that power, you know. You never do that. You never know that that's how you make water holy. So how you think the priest gets holy water? He prays over it. Yeah, well, if love, it doesn't matter what religion you are in. That's not important. What's important is that you are sincere. To whatever you believe in, be sincere. So if you Catholics, say your rosaries. If you Adventists, keep your Sabbath. And if you're a woman, don't wear pants and cover your head. I'm very serious. Whatever your spiritual inclination is, whatever you choose to make your spiritual journey, right? You must ensure that you are true and sincere to it, or else you create a contradiction in your own head. So that creates spiritual sickness. And once you're spiritually sick, that means that you are emotionally sick, and that makes you physically sick. You understand? So this thing is a serious thing. That's why we look at everything different. So when clients come to us, we don't just look at the symptoms. We look at you as a complete being. An emotional, physical, spiritual being. Alright, so I'm going to blend this to get some milk. Normally we'll put a bit more, I like to make my coconut rich, my milk rich. Now I put probably 3 coconuts. Are you smelling the cocoa tea? Yes. Okay, all right. So, imagine how it is waking up in the morning as a child. Every morning you wake up and you smell that. That makes you love your grandmother. Yes. I respect my grandmother. Every morning I used to wake up to them things. But we used to have dumpling at the tea. We used to put dumplings in it. Right? Yeah. Spelled dumpling. Well, these times it's a little white flour we had. But what our grandmothers, they were wise. They knew that the white flour would constipate you. So they put a bit of cornmeal in it. Our elders were very wise. You know? They are wiser than the majority of people today. Many people have degrees and PhDs, and they cannot even live past 40. Time they're 45, they have prostate cancer already. Right? So you have a big degree, a big master, and you got to take care of yourself. Now your great-grandmother had no masters, no degree, no PhD, she could have lived 18, 19. So who's the wiser? Alright, so look at what's happening to the camera. Give it to her. Alright, so that milk is brown because I never really take out the cocoa. Why would I waste that cocoa? So I'm clean. Now, so you do this like that. So that's your milk. And now what I'm going to do now is basically, that's my milk. I'm going to add the milk back into this. I'm not going to a bit more water. And I'm going to create my sweetener. So my sweetener is dates. Something on the seeds. Dates has lots of potassium, and it's like, and it's from a palm tree also. Huh? The date palm, like the coconut tree. It's a palm tree. The date grows from a palm. They have date trees in St. Lucia, right in front of the government building. They have dates. People don't know, but you could harvest them and eat them. They sweet the same way. So the seeds can grow. You could put dates there. It grows in deserts, dry places, like in the Middle East. So I'm going to just use the great majority of the dates. And I'm still going to add some more cocoa. Yeah, because I want you all to feel good. And since you're going to get a little bit, you want to get a little bit count, right? Alright. So we're going to add some all the dates inside of it. Love, love, love. If you have heart problems, you know you need that. And you know potassium. Remember a while ago I said about the name of things. Yeah? Now potassium is good for muscular contraction. Muscular contraction. Alright, so this diet would be a good food for a man to consume. because there's no bone in the penis. The penis has no bone. The penis is a muscle. And a lack of potassium actually causes you to be impotent. Alright? So, what's the name of this? Dates. So if you're going on a date, right? What would you need? Dates. For your date. Right? So you really thought I was joking when I say all the names are linked. Everything is linked. Right? Everything is linked. You may not understand that we are living in a universe of oneness. Right? And all you have to do is to be able to decode the little secrets. Very little secrets. Because there are people that know everything, you know. Right? That's why, for me in my life, I used to get a lot of trouble because I'm the man that went to medical school and decide to come and teach people everything. Right? So you don't find people going to medical school. You see any doctor that's come out and tell people what they want to eat? Or tell you what the side effect of this is and what that is bad and that's not good? No. So I'm the man that did that. Took my education and used it for the upliftment of my people. So we went through a little tribulation for it. Even St. Martin, they stopped my lectures there already. One of them. Never know that? Yes. Front page. Never know that? Yeah. That was a big ad. You know how much money I'd have to pay to go on front page? A lot of money. But seriously. Seriously. I was front page of the Guardian, front page of Today. You know? Yeah. But that was good, And you know that years after, the same people came and see me. Yeah. Because sometimes, what you must understand, when you are in a position of power, it does not mean that you have to take advantage of people. Sometimes the people you come into contact with are people that are supposed to enhance your life. But because of your attitude, and you don't really show any level of gratitude, you turn your blessing into a curse. You understand that? So sometimes people might need your help, you know, but just because of the things they might have done already, they're afraid to check you. I'm not like that, you know, even if you speak bad of me, you can come and check me. I don't mind. And you must remember that, you know, the majority always wrong. Always remember that. The majority always wrong. Always. If you have a fire break out someplace, where are you going to run? Where everybody going? Huh? Are you going to run in the direction where the majority of people going? What's going to happen? You'll get crushed. You'll get trampled. The majority always wrong. Wherever you see the majority going, try to go the other direction. For those of you going to church, it's called what? The straight and narrow way. Because the broad way always leads to what? Destruction. That's KFC and Burger King. All right. I'll feel a little bit of cocoa in it. The cocoa, you allow it to boil to bring up the oil. The coconut, you don't have to. Right, so add the cocoa. Add a little more bay leaf. So that's nice and thick. I was sweet now. Love, 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 love. I had someone say, oh, that wouldn't be enough, so I'll add some more. So at least, if not, you get a lot, you get a little bit. You know, the same song we make it blend at the back to the same thing. So what you call energy, right? Energy. All right, so many things we might take for granted, but take nothing for granted, right? I take nothing for granted. And that's why in my life and in the work I do, I've grown to trust myself and trust my senses. I don't take things for granted. If you come and speak to me and you have a consultation, I will only speak to you based upon what you say. I won't try to read you or if I say how you doing, say well, then that's what you said. Then you are different than the person that says I'm blessed. Or well, well, I'm on a bad day, and then you start an all sad story. You know how much sad story I listened to in my life already. I'm the man people just come and speak only sad stories to. Seriously, I hear a lot of sad stories. A lot. Right now, I am a point in my evolution where I don't really listen to sad stories. I'm serious. Before, every consultation I had would be over an hour. Yes, people come on a whole hour and when they leave the office, they come out, their eyes wet, they're crying. Everybody come on the same. And I'm sitting down there for holy hell sad stories. And after seeing thousands of people, I came to the understanding that you don't have to waste time in sad story. Because every sad story is a principle. So if you start with a sad story, I would ask you, tell me something good that happened today. Well, you know that people just like to just be in a sad and miserable state. People like that, they like to be miserable and upset. You know, when I was in London, there was this brother. And the man is just speaking and just negative. Well, Chris Kailash, when I go all along, all doctors already, I spent so much money and they still can't help me. They still, I say, well, say give thanks, you had the money to spend. Well, we spent over 15 minutes and the man is just trying to avoid saying that, give thanks, I had the money to spend. And you know that when he finally said, give thanks, I had the money to spend, you know what happened? He had a broad smile on his face. So, by just saying, give thanks, I had the money to spend, you know what he did? It just changed his countenance. A miserable looking, grumpy looking man immediately began to smile. Right? And then I had to spend time convincing the man not to be grumpy. Why being miserable for? You know how many people never had that money to spend? Right? So you're supposed to demonstrate gratitude that you had that money to spend, that you could have seen all these doctors you saw. So you're coming to me now with an energy. Okay, so I'm supposed to feel sorry for you now. And say, since you spend so much money now, I'm going to, right, give you freeness. No. It's like being a man and a woman comes in and the woman says, well, I have been with Peter, Harry, Tom, or everybody. And you are the last person that, you know, if you don't work, nobody else will work. That's good. As a man, you like that. Or as a woman. A man come and tell you he's gone all around the world, boy, and all them woman, he think, well, it seems like it's Judas. Love. Judas the only thing that they could actually get. It's like you don't have a choice. So people normally wait until that they don't have a choice. When the doctor tells them that they have 2 months to live, when they spend money all around the place, then they'll come and complain and give a sad story. You don't like sad story, right? So remember, if you come in to see me, start with a positive note. Because we don't come for problems. What you come for? Solution. Right? And if you begin to change your mentality into a mentality of solution, instead of you thinking about all the problems, you could begin to think about all the solutions. So it's not hard to heal yourself. But people love being sick and miserable. Love it. People will be happy to say, well, oh, I was quarreling with this person. And whether it's a faith, you're upset, you're quarreling, and you feel good. After you quarrel, you feel good. Yeah, man, I put her in a place. Who does you think she is? You've been real silly, right? Yeah, you've been silly. You've been very silly. Who you think you're hurting? Yourself, you just hurt. You make your blood, I'm sure afterwards, after being so upset, your head will be hurting. Whole night you can't sleep. Your whole side of your body feels numb. You know there are people who die just because they're upset. This fella just died in St. recently there. Supposed to be rich, a millionaire. I think a young child was doing something, and he went he beat up the person's child, beat them up and so upset he go to his home and he never came out. Heart attack. Your state of mind can kill you, man. You never know that. So, when you upset and you quarrel, you are not helping yourself. You must always understand that. Always. That happy is to your benefit. And when someone can control your mood and decide whether you're laughing or whether you're crying, that person have you under spell. You know that? No? Yeah, man. If I can make you upset, they say, oh, not laughing, me say, miserable. That's the same thing. Huh? That means that whenever that person think about you, their heart racing, their pressure up, their sugar up. Right? Don't do that. You're wasting your time. You're killing yourself. I personally, I have learned as a young businessman, because I went into business young, like very, 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 very young. Right? Even if I went to medical school, I had a cinema. When I was young, after I left college, I was teaching, yes, but I opened up a cinema, a big cinema too. You know that, brethren. So for me, I'm always in business. Now, there came a point in time as a businessman when you have staff and you have rent and you have things and the ends start meeting and things hard. I used to feel stress in my legs. Feel my leg tight. Young, you know. But just because you're so stressed, right? Trying to save the world and not saving yourself. But I realized that no matter how hard things seems, things always work out. No? Things always work out. Right? So plenty things I used to stress. I don't stress about things. Period. So sometimes someone will come and speak to me and they might get upset that I don't want to hear sad story. They're upset, but you know how many thousands and thousands of sad stories I hear already. So come and tell me something awful. Say, priest, I've been having some difficulties, but give thanks for life. I'm alive, I'm well, I'm strong. I'm not 100% well, but I'm there. I could make a difference. And that's the difference. I see patients come and they like die. She came to St. Lucia, Natasha. She's a nurse. And she came to this patient. We had this man that came from America. Prostate cancer. 2 years he have catheter. 2 years he have a catheter. He can't pee, he have bag and everything. And she came to our center in the mountain. She said, Priest. Where he said, you think he's going on the other side? She said something. She said, she wants to tell me that the guy doesn't look good. It seems like he might not make it. He might go on the other, some kind of thing she said. So he might go on the other side. I don't know.
I said it's advanced. He should go and meet his family and be with his family.
She said he was dying. Right? That's what you said. She said he's dying. I tell her, well, you are a nurse. And in an emergency situation, when someone comes to you and they've had like a traumatic accident, what do you do to them? You keep them what? Awake. You don't make them fall asleep. Because remember, that person who had that trauma, if they fall asleep, they're dead, So they tell you, keep them awake, keep them awake. So what are you doing to them? You are keeping them alive. So I expressed to her that someone could be dying, but you have that power within you to keep them alive. And if they stay alive one day, that means that they can work towards staying alive another day. So I told her, before you go and give him some love. Right? And she went and she spoke and But I want to speak to you because some people are miserable. Some people they're just killing them, they just lie down and just waiting for death. Just stop being miserable, man. Because you have to slap with words, slap them up hard. They're just lying and just waiting for them. If you're in pain, that's the worst thing to do. You're not breathing. Right? And remember, the person in pain, they love that, They feel good. They moan, they feel good. Now you tell them, breathe, brother, breathe. And they start feeling better immediately, When you breathe, your pain automatically becomes 40% less. Just by breathing. So the brother, we literally had to speak him back into life and make him, and he was walking up and down the place with his crutch. After 2 years, he would say, well, priest, I pee like a young boy. Right now, the thing about it is that you must understand that it's this person's state of mind. Now, if something happens at home and they get sad, immediately they go back and yesterday they were walking, The state of mind. Don't let anyone or any situation, anything have that power that could determine whether you're happy or you're sad. Always maintain your inner calm and your happiness. Be the one that decide whether you're happy or you're sad. I have children, and I have an empress. I have mother, I have father. But I am no use to any of my people unless I am a full and complete being. I'm happy and I'm well. People don't even think about saying give thanks for wellness. You know, if you're sick now, you're on a bed lying down on your mouth on the side, everything stops. For you. Not for the world, for you. When was the last time you said give thanks for wellness? When was the last time you said that? Huh? Huh? You say that every day? Yes. Give yourself a clap. But we are going to say it. We'll say it together, huh? Right? Because I'm sure that many people don't even notice that they are well until they get sick. Alright? So always demonstrate that gratitude for your wellness. So let's say, give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Why everybody not saying it? Some people are afraid to say it. You know, it's very serious. It's a very serious thing. Like, even to say I love myself, it's hard for some people to say. They would say I love God and I love myself. They'll say I love myself and I love other people. Say I love myself.
I love myself.
Say I love myself.
I love myself.
Now you see, while you're saying that, you will feel a little sensation in your solar plexus. Right there. You'll feel something. Every time you say it, you'll feel a little guilt. Very serious. There's a feeling you feel right there. And you have to say it until that feeling dissipates. It will not dissipate all of it immediately. When you repeat these words then over and over again to yourself, then you're going to feel comfortable to loving yourself. You know, many people are not comfortable loving themselves. They say, please, I take care of everybody except myself. Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for wellness.
Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for life.
Give thanks for love.
Give thanks for love.
Give thanks for love.
Give thanks for love.
If you're a mother and you have a child, and let's make a cup of tea for you, or a father, you have to give thanks for that. I have seen many parents, elders, and in the time of need, they're in a corner with a piece of white bread and a glass of water and probably a big pieces of cabbage and carrot, and they say they give them vegetables and they leave them in a corner with a fan among the dust, and they just lie down on a bed dying, you know. No one checking for them. So if you have someone checking for you, you have to give thanks for that. Stop being miserable. There are plenty simple little things that's happening in our lives that you have to give thanks for. Stop being miserable. Right? Stop being a sad story. Don't come to me and the first thing you want to tell me is something sad. You see anyone who's full of sad story, I don't want to be my friend. I'm serious. Remember, you are an average of the 7 people you are around the most. So if you have a sad story person, get them out of your life. Stay away from them. When they come in and you home and they ring the doorbell, don't answer.
Sad story.
No, but I'm serious, you know. That's a sad story. Remember, you have your own problem, you know. Yes. And that person, they're bringing other problem on you. Yes. And when it's nice, you never see them. Yes. Let's say they win the lotto there. You see them at all? They only know you when things hard. Sad story. Any sad story person, take them out of your life. If they want to be a part of your life when they meet you, right? They must add value by saying, blessed love. Some people greet me blessed love because I give them blessed love. So now they have a sad story by saying, blessed love, give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Right? And don't make it a struggle to give thanks, right? So we give thanks for the kokoti?
Yes.
All right, so that's when you pour it out, I shall pour it out. So you come and don't until it's done and you get money. You could come and
Why you better again? Go. Oh Lord.
go ahead. Bit more kapon yung buo.
Wait, I have more cups. 1 minute.
Go ahead. Make sure you inhale it.
Right? All right, we have enough for everyone. Don't be shy. Afterwards, when you go home, you will regret on your bed. Don't be shy. Make use of the moment. Yeah, so we have 2 more. We have 2 more. Everyone has? You have 2 more. Now, the cocoa, when you drink this, it always makes you sweat. Yeah. Always makes you sweat. That's why when you drink that too, it's always good to drink it hot. And while you drink, you inhale it. What do you taste? Cocoa. What else it is? The baby. Right, so this is like food. If you drink a full cup of this in the morning, like a cup of it, that's like that's better than a big plate of food. You could eat 5 bread and cheese, 10 bread and cheese, 100 banana trees can't compare to that. Right? So what this does now, it literally adds iron to your bloodstream, vitamin E, medium chain fatty acids, right? Good fats and good oils. Okay? And it makes you sweat. No matter if you're in the snow. As long as you drink cocoa tea, it makes you sweat. Alright? So, the two things we did today was the cassia, the king of the forest, the green juice, which is a herb that you can utilize to cleanse your physical structure. And the cocoa tea with the sea moss is something you could use to do what? To build up your physical structure. So it's a balance. On the part 3 of this event, because it's something we're going to be doing often. Right? So the part 3 of it, what I would want to do is probably take you on a herbal expedition. Alright, so what we would have to do is probably go out and to a big area of bush and be able to identify the indigenous herbs you have around. Right? Because at the end of the day, the knowledge of the herbs is something that has been taken away from us. And a lot of people are afraid to use herbs. And we in the Caribbean, we really don't understand what we have. We don't. And we underestimate what we have. When we were in the United Kingdom, and the amount of people who want to buy, one of the first things that we had that I just sell out one time was the same herb we use tonight, the cassia, the king of the forest, cassia alata. Before I even had my lecture, all these tea bags were done. Right? And they have to pay 10, 15, 20 pounds for a bucket of tea. And you could just, while you're driving, you could take it. Right? So, we must change our mentality and begin to take greater responsibility for ourselves. It's not someone like myself that have to come all the time and teach you about herbs. Because remember, to be a healer, you must first heal yourself. So they say, physician, heal thyself. So when you're not well, that means that you are going on a journey to actually understand your physical structure. Know yourself to the extent that your journey will assist you to heal someone else. It's just like if you know, well, clove is good for toothache. Someone says, I was going to say, boy, you just take a clove and chew the clove and the clove stops the toothache. You heal someone because you have to learn how to heal yourself. So we must not look at our condition or our challenge, because every disease condition is a challenge. Diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, prostate, fibroids, PCOS, it's a challenge. And sometimes we don't look at it as a challenge. We just get pathetic and sick and whiny, complaining. You have to stop it. It's not whiny, complaining. Don't get you well. What gets you well is stepping your feet on the pedal. Begin to live your life as if you live it. So if you're not well, to begin to get well, you have to begin to live like you are well. So get out of the bed. Never check that if they are flu season. And then you take your first apple each. If you want to lie down, what happens? That's it, boy. Then you're down for 7 days. Now, if you feel your foot itching and you go outside, take a sweat, squeeze some orange or drink some tea, what happens? It never catch you. Whiny don't help the situation. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to hear your problem. I don't want to hear your problem. I'm saying that you understand that your mind's supposed to be in the framework of what? Solution. Wellness. So if I say, priest, you say, priest, I have a headache. I tell you what, drink rosemary tea. But when you get a solution, you must gravitate to it. Where can I get rosemary tea? The supermarket have it, you know. Or by the garden have it. Or Tuesday have it over there. Or there is, you understand? Because there are people growing it inside. Never that? Yeah. So immediately, if you come out of that poor me mentality, I'm telling you because I go over it a lot. Every solution you give that person, they always get an excuse. It's like you drowning and someone send you a rope and you ask him, what kind of rope is that? Right? So, we'll take some questions, and if I take any questions, I'm just going to just speak a little bit about that leaf. That grows there. That's a castor bean. Okay? So when this is dry, 3 of them can kill you. So the dry seeds of that is very toxic. Alright? That's because it contains a chemical called ricin. Alright? So 3 of the castor leaf, you vomit and you feel like you're going to poop out your whole intestines. And to stop the diarrhea and vomiting, so I took care of myself. And I eat it around probably 7 o'clock, and I was vomiting and diarrhea until about 2 o'clock in the morning. Until I drink some herbs, and you understand? And it was so good I did that. Because recently, we had a nurse from Houston, Texas. She came to do like a 3-month internship up in the mountain. And she eat about 20-something seeds. Never heard that, Estella, huh? She ate 20-something seeds of castor oil. And remember, I am about to go on a TV program and they're telling me, Sister Estella just eat 20 seeds of castor oil. Now, sometimes people get very excited. Not their fault, Right? They get excited. They come in the bush, they're in the mountain, they see the herbs, they want to be. I tell you about Estella, you never read the book? If you open the herbal manual, because when she came, she was given a copy of the herbal manual. And specifically, it tells you of the toxicity of the castor bean. So I told her, well, what she have to do? She have to just vomit and just take charcoal, pump some charcoal from the coconut shell, right? Charcoal from the coconut shell. Charcoal. Charbon. So you take the coconut shell, you burn it into coals, right? Then you pound it. Fine. Or you could blend it, right? So we give her plenty of charcoal, water, and give her some different bush, and I send her to the hospital.
they will still go to the hospital. Because anything, you might vomit and diarrhea, and you might get what? Dehydrated. Alright? So she went, she told the doctors, all of them, just she said when she told them that everybody eyes open wide, they went on their phones. Brother man, come on, man. If I go on my phone now, that would be nice. Right? And she went, she said when she was at the hospital, everybody went on their phone and started checking what to do. Right? And then she told them, but she don't check on but she was right. She came the next morning. She didn't even have no water of diarrhea. Right? But in the herb kingdom, the same thing that itches your skin, you see like the zoti, the stinging nettle? Right. If the stinging nettle itches your skin, you could take the same nettle, crush the leaves, and squeeze the juice. And it stops the itching. Right? So, there are plenty things outside there that's good for us, but it can be bad also. So it's good to know about the herbs. Don't just follow fashion. The leaf of the castor oil is one of the leaves we use a lot. Right? Now, this leaf is a very good leaf for the woman. For prolapse womb, when you have a prolapse womb, when your womb out of place, or you have problems in your cervix, you have bad cells in the cervix. What we do, we fold this up like a tampon. Fold it up like a tampon. Yeah. Right? Like a tampon. You know what a tampon is, right? Fold like a tampon. Wrap it with cotton thread. And based upon the condition, we could put it in ganja oil or coconut oil or castor oil and insert it into the vaginal canal. If it's a prolapse womb, you put it all the way up to touch the cervix. And then how you get it all the way up? You're supposed to know, big woman like you. Alright, so alright, push it up. Okay, alright? And you leave the thread hanging out. The thread hangs out. You leave it for 24 hours, comes out, we ask you how it smells, how it looks, Usually 7 cycles. Very good yeast infection, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, all these things. That's one of the therapies that we do. You have to go for it. And very successful. Alright? So the leaf also looks like a hand. Alright? So even if a woman has fibroids or cysts, we use the leaf as a pole. See, like if the leaf is like that, you warm up the leaf and you put it right over the womb area of the woman with castor oil. So they will tell you of the castor oil pack for fibroids and these things, but the best way to do it is with the leaf, the warm castor oil, the leaf, put it on it and spread the leaves like as if it's a hand over it. It will spread literally like it's a hand over the womb. Right? And you just band it and keep it there. 12 hours. Alright, so the leaf of the tree. Also, the reason why you're doing this, because remember, it contains a deadly chemical, the seeds. The leaf also have some. But it can be used to actually kill bad cells. You understand? So our grandparents knew all these things. So after that, they would tie the waist. They would tie the waist with a rope or something, a thing, and keep it up. Keep it up. Right? Or give you some cupping therapy, pull it up, and tie it and keep it up 24 hours. I'll take questions just now. So the castor plant is a plant we use a lot. We use the oil. Even if the seed is poisonous, but the oil from the seed, you could use it. Alright? So it's really the rhizome, the kick, of it that is dangerous. Okay? So how was the cocoa? All right. Give thanks. Anyone's belly rolling from the first thing? Not yet? All right. Let's wait until you go in home. Oh, you didn't remember that? Now you remember, now the belly will start to roll. All right, so what we'll do now, we'll take 7 questions. We'll take 7 questions. You just raise your hand and you'll come up to the front and ask your question. You won't stay over there. You come to the front. See, you see where I'm at the front? Right, you get your moment. Come, it's not my work alone. You know that, people like me, everybody else just send them alone. When something happens to them, everybody run and hide. So you come out in front and ask questions. 7 questions. You have a question, you come to the front and ask.
Thank you. I want to know what herbs do you recommend for diabetes?
She said what herbs we recommend for in a bit. Die a bit, eat. So every day die in a bit. Die in a bit until you get blind, you lose your leg, your kidney fail. Right, so you have to begin to live a bit. Alright, so number 1 is stress. Stop being miserable. Okay? Yeah, alright. All diabetics are stubborn people. Period. They're stubborn. That wet. A lot of stubborn people in the world. That's the spirit of the diabetic. Stubbornness. Alright? So the diabetic does all the things that they know they're not supposed to do. And that's why they are diabetic. Alright? I don't bet. I don't gamble. Right? But I could tell you that the day you begin to change your lifestyle, the day your sugar levels begin to go. Okay? So the first thing is your head hand. Your head is so no, that me. Yourself. You begin to change. Right now. Immediately. Alright. Now, that's 70% of it, If you could just stop complaining, stop making people get you upset, stop, because complain and upset gets your blood sugar level high. So even if you don't eat no sugar, if you upset, it's up. Alright? So 70% is being happy. It being 70%. The rest of the 30% is simple. If you're happy and you love yourself, then you can make the right decisions for yourself. So then you won't eat bread, you won't drink soda, you won't eat rice, you won't eat flour. You won't eat none of them things there because you love yourself. I love myself. So if you love yourself, whenever you approach anything to eat, you ask yourself, is that good for me? So that's the frame of mind you have to be in to reverse your diabetes. And be honest. Because you see, what you know alone can help you. Nothing I'm going to tell you now will help you. If you cannot do what you know that's right already. So you must start by doing the things that you know that's right. Even before I tell you anything else. So you don't exercise. Right? You know, avoid sweets. So you stop every morning to exercise. But precisely you're tired. You don't have time. How much time how many times you right? So that's a lifestyle. So a lifestyle where you don't exercise gives you diabetes. So what are you going to do now? Every morning, what are you going to do? Treadmill. Go and walk. Right? Go and walk. So when you walk in, you think. When you walk in, all kinds of things comes in your mind. You free up yourself. So when you walk first thing in the morning, you plan out the rest of the day. Because while you're walking, you remember you're walking to help yourself. Right? So when you walk in, like, oh, but Chris, every day I just walk to go to work. No. Not because you're working hard, I just work hard. No. When you're working hard, you're working for money. So your mind is on the money. When you're walking for your wellness, you are investing that time for your wellness. So you say, yes, man, I'm going to get better. That sugar, I'm going to mash it up, So you're sweating out and then you get into a rhythm and then you are thinking these positive thoughts. Very important for you. Exercise. Right, so every morning, lemon, cayenne pepper powder in it, in water, that's good. You have bush like neem bush. It's very good for diabetes. It's not good for diabetes. Diabetes don't like it, right? This herb looks like a neem, but it's not neem, right? So that herb is what you call Persian lilac. Okay, so that almost looks like the neem, but it's not the neem. The neem leaf don't have that kind of thing there. Then, you see the neem plant? And it's good that our sister bought it so I could show you, because that one there is not neem. It looks like it, but it's not neem. Alright? The leaves of the neem is darker. Alright? And it doesn't have them kind of leaves like this. It's like one leaf. One leaf. It's close to that. And it comes out. Alright? So that's not neem. Okay? In fact, when animals eat that and they're pregnant, they get abortions. Alright? So, neem bush, serasi bush, serasi, kokompuli,
Maiden apple.
pampuli, maiden apple.
Maiden apple.
Alright, that's good. Okay, then you could, and the food you eat in, man. Like in the morning, a little tea like that. Afternoon, you could have 70% of your plate supposed to be some nice fresh vegetable, garden salad. Okay, then have a handful of chickpeas or pigeon peas. That's good. Okay, and then instead of rice or flour and dashing and yam, right, you could use like your makambu.
Poto.
Kokoi. Right?
Poto banana.
Yeah, cousin to the plantain. That's one of your best foods. Alright? It's like a banana. It's a family to the banana, but it's a platano burro. Alright, so that's very good. That's better than the quinoa. Alright? That's better than quinoa. For lunch. Yeah, but cook the green one and have the skin on. Okay? Alright, question number 2. Come to the front, I'm not excused. But that's the question.
Okay.
You come and ask a question, it will benefit somebody else.
Okay. Yes, quick scholars. Earlier you mentioned thanks and praise. Yeah.
So is that thanks and praise? Give thanks.
Give thanks. Okay. Earlier you mentioned something about betterment. And I would love to know what that bush is good for. We call it here manjian.
It makes a man a better man.
Yeah, manjian. Yeah.
So it's an aphrodisiac. It's good for erectile dysfunction. Alright, so it use the roots. Alright? That's a man, better man. So the roots of it, it's good for people with erectile dysfunction. It helps you with better erection. Number 3.
Give thanks.
Give thanks, my brother.
Kidney failure. What are the symptoms and what are the herbs that correct this?
Well, if kidney failure, you would see that the person might develop what we call edema, pitting edema. The feet might swell, right? And swell to the point that when you press your hands on the shin area, it will sink and the mark will stay there for hours. What called PT edema. Alright? The hands will get white. Because when your kidneys start getting damaged, your iron levels has to go down. Right? They'll develop palpitations because they will have hyperkalemia. The potassium levels will go high. Right? They'll begin to hallucinate, all these things there. What kills people with kidney failure is more extremely high potassium. You know? Too much potassium kills them. Alright? Sodium goes low, potassium goes high. And of course, you send them for a blood test. The creatine level would be high, which is basically a chemical that the kidney is supposed to be taken out of the blood, called creatinine, right? That goes up. That's the first signs. Alright, so high blood pressure, that's things that you would see as a high blood pressure, lower back pain, swollen legs, right? White hands, your eyes, yellowing of the eyes, okay? But a blood test would show you high creatinine levels. And your EGF, your filtration ratio will start to go down. Okay? But the minerals, you must check your potassium, your sodium, right? Sulfur, chlorine, all plenty different minerals you must check in your blood. So it's not just when you get these things, you also check that your blood works. Right? So you got herbs like stinging nettle, herbs like Spanish needle, parsley, right? The same guanabafe. All these things, they are good for the kidneys, right? And cannabis to the green juice of it, extremely good. All right, and people with going into kidney failure, they have lots of vomiting. When people eat, they'll just vomit everything. Right, so the cannabis stops the vomiting, so it helps them properly put back nutrients in their physical structure. Okay? Yeah, but kidney failure is a big thing now. Question number 4. That's it?
Acceptable.
Good night. Give thanks. I need to know what good for colon cancer.
Yes, give thanks. Well, you see, people just ask the question, what's good for? And that's the wrong way. There's no herb that's good for diabetes. It's a lifestyle. There's no herb that's good for cancer. It's a lifestyle. Alright? So then if you go with the attitude that you just take a herb and get well, no. The herbs is just one aspect of the lifestyle. Alright? So someone with colon cancer, they would have to ensure they have good bowel movement. So if you look at the same cassia attack as a good herb. Alright? Then another herb that's good for cancer, to fight cancer cells, is the guinea hen weed. What they call the feuille du vent, or gully root, or kojo root. Alright? The root of it is very good. Okay? The cannabis is very good, but the whole plant. You blend it, you strain it, you drink it. Alright? A lot of water. And the colon is always connected to your emotions. Okay? So happiness, stresslessness, very important. But it's not like you have colon cancer and I tell you go and drink this and you expect to, because they say, well, soursop leaf does kill cancer, you just drink soursop leaf and then you expect your cancer to go. No. If it was that easy, you never would have cancer. Alright? Cancer is a very deadly disease. It is something that you have to take very seriously. You have to be very aggressive, you have to be very consistent. The minute that you ease off, boop, the person dead. Fast. Right? So there's not one herb for cancer. There's a lifestyle. Every individual person, right? They have an individual journey to try to actually heal themselves. So there's not one way, that one thing you could just do it for now. Every specific person has their own life story. So you have to deal with them individually and put them on a plan that's individually for them. Right? So, and also second hand. You never ask questions of people. People have asked questions for themselves. When someone come and look for help for someone from me, I don't know anything anymore. Right? Because you must allow the person to do what they want to do. You don't force people to come and see preschoolers. People have to make that choice for themselves. And if they are in tune, they will just put on SOS radio on first thing in the morning and say, "My priest, I was just praying for help and I put on DVD and I heard talking about Unity and St. Martin." So if it is that that person is supposed to actually get to you, they'll get to you. Whenever you try to make someone do something second hand, it never works. So always ask a question for yourself. Don't ask for anybody else. Come here and breathe so people can see.
This is the castor I leave. It's give thanks. Okay. This is the castor I leave. I know that HM, old-time people used to use it with Canadian healing. I was wondering, as you say, oil, if Canadian healing is good too. Because even if you have a twist vein, most people get twist vein and spreading the healing and so what can we use if this is pregnant?
Well, I just try to use what I can create myself, right? I'm not one to recommend things that I cannot do, right? So it's like everything I sell, all my medicines I do myself. My book I write it myself, right? So I could only say for what I do. Understand? So if the oil works for you, okay, then you use it. Right? But I will not tell you no, it's not good or whatever. But I will tell you, well, castor oil. Because you could stay right there in St. Martin and get the seeds and pour it and boil them, make the oil. Right? So if no ship coming, you will still survive. Right? If it's good, if the Canadian healing oil is good for you and something that you've been using, go ahead. Just one question per person. If you have to ask another question, you have to book a consultation. You see, you are afraid to come, now you want to stay. Number 6.
Well, I don't actually have a question, but I'm gonna give thanks. And I bought the package, the female package. It's the price, and you might say it's quite expensive. But from August to now, I've lost 6 kilos. I've seen the difference with my skin and different stuff, and for me, it really works. And even the laxative, I think that's the best one. No pain, and it works. So I give thanks.
Give thanks, Honorable. Give thanks?
Give thanks.
The female package. So she can do a promo for me. Give thanks, sister. See, normally I don't promote myself. I won't come in front and talk about medicine, but give thanks. Right? And we have people who use it the same time as last time I was there. And they get pregnant and thing already. 2 people, right? So 2 people who use it get baby already. Or baby on their way. So at the end of the day, you have one more question? One more? You want more, baby? No problem.
Give thanks. What's the strongman bush and what is it for?
Well, the strongman bush, it grows here, But it's an aphrodisiac. It's an aphrodisiac. It's good for erectile dysfunction. You know what that means? An aphrodisiac. It makes a man get a stronger erection. That's why it's strong man bush. You like that, eh? We're going to look for that. But you're looking strong already. What is it? Looks going to be deceiving? Alright, so give thanks for everyone who is here. I mean, we are here until we have a session tomorrow, which will be more like a cooking session. And The reason why we do it like that, and we could have only taken 20 people, so we'll have 10, a group of 10 and a group of 10 tomorrow. So we'll be like in a kitchen setting, and you would have your own, you know, table, and you could cook your food, and so you'll follow what I'm doing. And why we are doing these things now is because I think now is a time where people are supposed to empower themselves and learn how to do the things, not just follow and you come and you sit down and you taste my cocoa tea. So like tomorrow, you'll be able to do it yourself. All right? So we'll be doing a CMOS research, spelt beans, and stewed okra. Okra that has grown in St. Martin. And we'll do stir-fried quinoa, also toasted kale, and you know, so it's going to be lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll be going through the whole process where you are going to be able to actually do it yourself. You know? So we have only taken 20 people this time. So a group of 10, and that will be 2 groups. Right? That one.
Can you please explain the importance in detoxing?
Detoxing?
Yes.
A question you ask there, we'll go at the front now, man. Ask the question at the front.
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
I was asking the Honorable to please explain the importance of detoxing. Why you have to detox your body.
Give thanks. Yeah, so I'll answer that question when I'm done, right? So then, the cooking aspect of things are important. So, probably sometime next year we'll come again, and we'd want to do it. Probably even here, I prefer to do it here, than to go in the big kitchen, because we could put the tables right here. But set a table here, set a table here, set a table here. I'm sure Billy can run the lines, some hot plates. You understand? Basins, and you could do it right here and cook and smell up the place nice. So the whole Sunday we could have 3 groups coming. That's all. Yeah, so you could do these things there, and just so you get the feeling of it. So you won't just only see me do the green juice, you could do it yourself. Alright, and when I come again, the next sessions that we'll be having, we want to include the herbal talk. So you could take the herbal manual, because I think that we have some copies available to that, but most people here should have a copy. If you don't have one, you buy one tonight. Right? So you could take the herbal manual, because 99% of the herbs in the herbal manual grow here in St. Martin. Alright? So you could buy a copy and study it. So next time when you come, you go to the field. So you could pass and you could see the bush. The same thing you pee on all the time and you step on all the time. I'm sure I can go right over there and find some brain about it. Right in that little bush going there. Right? And that can fly out a kidney stone like in no time. You understand? You got a Shankara Piedra, stone crusher. Okay, so these things are important. So next year, we are looking forward to begin to incorporate more of these things. Why should one detoxify themselves? Because you just intoxify yourself. So if you toxify means when something is intoxicating. What does it mean? It's poisonous. So they say alcohol is intoxicating. Liquor. Alright, so that means when you drink alcohol, you poison yourself. So if you drink alcohol, then you're supposed to what? Detox yourself. Alright? So many of the so-called foods outside there contains plenty synthetic colorings, plenty chemicals, plenty carcinogenic substances. So it is very important to clean out the physical structure. Remember that a plate of food would weigh up to 3 pounds. Sometimes, you know, the piece of chicken alone you have on your plate, or the piece of steak, a whole pound, huh? And then, not you personally, but sometimes if it's you, then you know you have to stop that, right? So the piece of steak might weigh a whole pound, and then you have your peas and your rice and then whatever else, Oh boy, I like my ground coefficient. So you have 2 pieces of dash, you know, that. So when you that's about 2 pounds. So you eat that. And when you go and poo-poo, how much come out? Not even an ounce. Right? So there's always a backlog of feces in the colon. Right? So people then they have 40 pounds of feces in the colon. Because remember, you eat 3 times a day. Supposed to poo 2 to 3 times a day. But you're busy. You're in a hurry. You have to go to work. Right? So detoxifying is very important. Wellness begins with the cleaning of the colon. Alright? So we are here until Wednesday. We'll be having consultations on Monday and on Tuesday. I don't know if we fully book yet, but Sister Natasha, they will give a number so you could have a book your consultation. And we do have the male package and female package available. So if you need that while we are here, you could get it, or you could check on our website, freeskalash.com, and you could order it. Right? So give thanks for all of you who actually came tonight. I pray that, you know, the words will manifest into flesh. And I pray that, you know, when I come the next time, you look, you know, better. I'm not saying you don't look good, you know, because you look good. But you can look better. So when I come back, your belly will be a bit flatter. Right? Oh, of course. Of course. Now don't be ashamed. You go in front of the mirror and take out your clothes and look at yourself. And if there is something you don't like, just say, well, I don't like a belly, you know. I can't even see my toes. Come on. I don't even know if I have toes. When you look down, all you see is belly. Right? So then, don't laugh at it. You must laugh at it. You must be unhappy about it. Me, I don't like that. I'm going to work against that. Me, like belly, that gone. Right? So then, you begin to work to take it out. You don't come and cry and, oh boy, you don't like the belly, you go to work on it. Every morning you get up, you exercise. You know, you drink your CMOS. Now the CMOS, apart from giving you nutrients, the CMOS is just help you to lose weight. Yeah. Because the CMOS has a lot of iodine. So it stimulates the thyroid gland and make you burn out the stored fats. Drink CMOS every day. Alright? No more questions. You have to book a consultation. The freeness done. The freeness done, right? Okay, alright. So give thanks again. And I'm looking forward to see you all in the near future. I pray that the Almighty bless and keep you. And make His holy face shine upon your holy face.
Yes.
And if you're not holy, it's alright, you know. Because God not like man. God does send rain on every roof. Right? So there's nothing that you could do. Nothing at all. That's going to make a creator take his back on you. Nothing. Because the worst person who plant the seed, it will grow. Right? So forgive yourself. God forgive you since yesterday. Love, love, love. That's it.
So you could tell them when the book just come and sign it for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the lecture tonight. For those of you attending the cooking class tomorrow, the 9 o'clock